Sup, guys? So back with you. I told you I'd be back for the evening show here, and I gotta get everything back going here. So give me 1 second because I'm gonna talk about the Yankees game, which I do have a play on. I gave it out this morning, and it's gonna go live. The game's gonna be live in about 5 minutes, less than five. So let me give you my analysis on it. Although you already have the play, it is the first 5 inning under. So I will reiterate that one more time. I got it at whatever it was. Let me see. 4.5 at minus 118. I don't know if you can get the same number or better or worse, whatever the case is. That is the play. Let me bring back up my my tabs here that I usually have open real quick. I apologize. Well, the MBTA should be apologizing. Boston's transportation system, which is, by the way, the worst in the country. Happy birthday to me, because my morning train and my evening train both pretty much were just complete no-shows and didn't fucking happen. Somebody got hit by one of the trains on the line this morning, I think, something like that. And then evening, oh yeah, by the way, we just don't have a crew. Just nobody even shows up. Fuck the MBTA. Fuck public transportation. Terrible human beings. Absolutely useless. And what do you expect? It's government public transportation, man. So let's talk about Yankees and what is the game? Diamondbacks Yankees. I've got the under in the first 5 innings in this one. I'll just reiterate this. If you look at this game, I mean, it's pretty simple. We're going first 5 inning because I don't trust the stadium or the bullpens, really. So the Yankees bullpen is good, but both bullpens are kind of used up after yesterday. And the Yankees, they gave up a grand slam later in the game, which is why my bet on the Yankees yesterday lost. Great, giving up a grand slam late in the game. Now we got Zach Gallen starting for Arizona in this game. And for Zach Gallen, he had a bad outing in his first outing, man, against the Cubs. They lost 10-6. Really bad outing. Was this game in Tokyo? Let me see. No, I don't think it was. It was in Phoenix. This was at home. But anyway, Zach Gallen is a good pitcher. I know he has some struggles at the beginning of seasons sometimes, but he had some issues with wildness in that game. Had 4 walks in the game, and the Cubs are a decent hitting team, so I'm not really going to put that much stock into it. A first regular season start, I don't put that much stock into it. I think Gallen is going to bounce back, and I think maybe we're even getting some value on the totals in this game, and maybe even on Gallen's side here. I mean, his ERA is obviously going to go down from 9, and the whip from a whip of 2. But look at his numbers against the Yankees, man. This is what sold me. We got an 81 at-bat sample size to work with against the Yankees hitters. They're 7 for 81 off of him, which is an 0.86 batting average, and he has a 32-7 strikeout walk ratio against them. So in 81 at-bats that the Yankees have against him, 32 strikeouts. Absolutely insane. 0.86 batting average and 341 OPS. And Grisham, even though he's only 4 for 24, does have 1 home run off of him, but also 9 strikeouts. So needless to say, Zach Gallen actually dominates the Yankees hitters, even though the Yankees hitters are pretty good. Zach Gallen, I mean, that's a good sign for this game. And then you got Carlos Rodon. People call him Rodon. I'm like, I think it's Rodon, isn't it? I don't know. I always make it all Hispanic sounding, whatever. He's done well he did well in his first start so far, which, I mean, it's only 1 start, but he looked pretty good against a decent hitting Brewers team. And against the Arizona Diamondbacks, we got a big sample size to look at here of 106 at-bats. He's got a 32-6 strikeout walk ratio against him, and he's held him to a 198 batting average and 552 OPS. So both starters have a really good track record against the hitters that they're facing tonight. So yeah, I mean, it's as simple as that. We're going under in this game in the first 5 innings. Just take the bullpens out of the equation. The money is coming in on the under, though, and the full game is down from 8.5 juice to the under to 8 juice to the under. So if you do like the under, I mean, obviously just find the best number. I mean, you could play full game under. I'm doing first 5 just because I don't want to deal with the pens here. We got 81% of the tickets coming in on the over because, I mean, this is the Yankees with the torpedo bats, man. So they're basically cheating and leading the major leagues in every offensive category. So what public bettor is going to want to take an under here? And Arizona can hit pretty well as well. Well, I'm going to take the under for the reasons I just said, at least during the time of the game that the starting pitchers are in. And I think both these pitchers they're pretty experienced, and they don't really have that much of a leash on them, so they should be able to, unless they do really badly, which I'm not expecting, obviously. Don't want to jinx it, but they should go deep enough into this game that we get this that we get a decent amount of innings out of them. To get this first 5 inning to its completion, let's say. We'll finish it. We'll make the first 5 under ejaculate here, man. And only 59% of the cash is on the over. So that's that play. The game just started, probably. Who's in the chat? Nate, what's up, man? Yes, it's my birthday. Thank you, sir. Alex Ovechkin goals. He's 4 away from, what is it? It's some record, obviously. I don't know what the record is. Is it career goals? I know he's been around for forever. 12-Foot Ninja. Thank you, man. Dude, 12-Foot Ninja, by the way, amazing band. I think you had a different name prior to that, right? But I should have recognized your 12-Foot Ninja avatar there, man, because that's what's the name of that album again? I forget the name of that album. That was their like second or third album or whatever. Great band. Hell yeah. Yeah, dude. 12-Foot Ninja. I'm kind of pissed that their singer decided to call it quits and the band just kind of went defunct at that point within the last like couple of years, because they were putting out some bangers, especially Coming For You, which I know is probably their most popular song, but man, that song is a banger. Like, I love like genre blending stuff. When that came out, I'm like, holy shit, this thing sounds like, Kin took off. Yeah, Kin. What was his name? Kinetic. Yeah, I'm sure that's his real name. His name is probably Nick, right? So he just reversed it. Yeah, Kin. He is Kin, man. He sounds like, so basically, like, you hear this band, if people haven't heard of this band, they sound like Faith No More almost, in that they're kind of like a rap metal band. He almost sounds like something Mike Patton would be doing, but then they bring in all these elements of like jazz, like progressive rock, bossa nova, and funk in Coming For You. That, like, all of that stuff gets blended in. It's awesome, man. I like some of their jazzier stuff too. Like Oxygen is a good song on the album that your avatar is. I forget the name of the album, but yeah, they're good. His name's Nick Barker. That's awesome, man. You met them in Knoxville? Hell yeah. Are they solid dudes? They seem like they probably would be. But I think the crowd probably goes pretty crazy at their live shows, so I never got to see them live. I don't know if they ever played in Boston, but really, really good band. They're from Australia, so probably rare that they were in the United States, but I'm sure they were a couple of times. Really good band. I apologize I wasn't sharing my screen, by the way, but there's the what I was talking about with the Gallon versus Radone. Really good dudes. Hell yeah. That's awesome. I love when bands are like, they have this, kind of like hardcore style about them. You're like, these guys would probably be like totally unapproachable, but they're all like really solid dudes, which that is the case with Mastodon. I met them at a show where they were opening for Primus. They were just hanging out near their bus after the show, and they like take their wives on tour with them and stuff. Although I know Brent Hines left the band, unfortunately. There was a mutual parting of ways there after a long time, which sucks. But the Mastodon dudes, they look totally hardcore with like face tattoos, huge beards, but solid dudes. Yeah, great band as well. I'm one of the people that likes their like more progressive rock stuff that they were putting out more recently too. So I got to see them multiple times live. Once with Coheed, which was I'm getting off topic here. I want to get done with this and go eat and then do Tower Gang tonight. But Coheed was on tour with Mastodon. I felt like I was the only person in the audience that was there for both bands, because I actually love both bands. It was Mastodon played all of Crack the Sky for its like 20-year or 10-year anniversary. It must have been, because it came out in 2009 probably, and it was a 2019 show. So Mastodon played that entire album, which was solid, even though Coheed was really the actual headliner. That was solid. And then I did see Mastodon play with Gojira with like probably about a year and a half ago, which is the most recent one, and that'll be the last time I get to see Brent Hines with Mastodon, unfortunately. But again, all of those were solid. I also got to say hi to Bron Daler, their drummer, during the Primus set when they were opening for Primus. Before I ran into them at their bus, Bron was like in the VIP section, which was like right in front of where I was sitting, and he popped out and like went right in front of like me and my friend there, and we were just like, fuck yeah, like we fist bumped him. He said hi for a couple seconds. Yeah, solid. All right. The other play that I got today that I haven't talked about, that I didn't talk about this morning, was I know this one's going to be square, but I'm on the Dodgers, which is coming up in about an hour and a half. LA Dodgers run line, I think, is the best way to play this because I just think this is a mismatch. I just wanted to find a way to play the Dodgers here, and the money line is just way too pricey. So if you play the -1.5 run line, you at least get the -115 price. And I know it's going to be frustrating if they only win by one because you need them to cover the spread. I mean, you could lay the -1 run line, as I do recommend that sometimes. I did it with the Padres yesterday because it was at like -1, -120 or something. It really just depends on what the price is. I try to get the price somewhere around like the -110 range if I can. So with the Padres, it made sense to lay the 1 run line, which you can get on DraftKings. So with the Dodgers, you're probably laying like -150, maybe even -160 to lay the -1 run line. So we'll just go with the 1.5. Hopefully it gets there, and hopefully it doesn't have to go into extra innings like that other game did when I had them. But they're up from -205 to -216. They're very public. 83% of tickets, only 73% of the cash. So I don't love that the cash is coming in against them. But I just think this is a total mismatch, man. So I basically had to play. And I know we're looking at an 0-6 Atlanta team against a Dodgers team that's what? Are they 6-0? 7-0. So we're looking at a winless team against a lossless team here. But I think it continues, man. I just don't see how it doesn't. Bryce Elder is pitching for Atlanta. Is he really the guy that you want out there? He's got a 6.52 ERA last year and 1.63 whip. Absolutely abysmal numbers last year. This guy's a total train wreck, and I know he's young, and maybe he'll turn it around or something because he did have better numbers in 2022 and 2023, which was a larger sample size, but he was absolutely awful last year, man. The walks were bad. He was extremely hittable last year. I don't know what it was, but we'll see what happens to him. And this is going to be his first start of the season, so we don't have anything to go on this season. But I think that is also helpful to the Dodgers because with the Dodgers, you're going to get Snell, who already has a start under his belt this season. So I think when a pitcher already has a start under their belt on the season, that means they got those nerves out of the way in the first start. That first start can be a little bit shaky, man. You got to get back into like the swing of things, no pun intended. You got to get used to like pitching again. So the fact that Snell already has a game out of the way, I think gives him another advantage over Elder here. And by the way, Elder against the Dodgers, I mean, we know the Dodgers have a really good offense, but his numbers are not good against the Dodgers. In 48 at-bats, they've hit 292 off him, 955 OPS, 12.8 strikeout walk ratio, not good. And he's allowed 4 home runs to them, and it's not all Ohtani doing the damage either. Ohtani has 1 home run off him, but the home runs are all spread out across the lineup. So this Dodgers lineup does pretty well against Bryce Elder, and it's all kind of like proportioned out throughout their lineup. Meanwhile, Blake Snell had a decent start in his first game. He walked too many guys, but that is kind of his bugaboo, is that his walk number is usually bad, but he's a power pitcher, man. He usually doesn't allow that many hits, and he usually gets a lot of strikeouts. So I know he had a kind of a bad start there with 4 walks and only 2 strikeouts against Detroit. Still somehow limited the damage to just 2 runs in 5 innings, so that looks pretty good. I think he's going to do better in this start. I mean, again, that was his first start. He didn't pitch a full season last year because he was coming off an injury, I'm pretty sure. So he didn't pitch a full season last year, and now I think he was on the Giants last year, if I'm not mistaken, right? And maybe he got traded to the Dodgers at some point last year, but now he's on the Dodgers. I mean, this guy is still good. He's still not that old. He's 32. I think he's still got his stuff. He just has to rein in his wildness a little bit, but that's always kind of been his issue, and he's a very effective pitcher, even when his wildness is somewhat there. So again, we do see 19-9 strikeout walk ratio against the Braves hitters. That's not that great. Matt Olson has 3 of the walks, but Matt Olson also hasn't been able to hit him really. 2 for 14. So the entire team in 47 at bats is only 7 for 47 off of him lifetime, which is a 149 average and a 626 OPS. So Blake Snell has done really well. So I think this is a huge pitching mismatch. I think you actually give the Dodgers the edge in every respect in this game. You give them the edge in the starting pitching. They have the better bullpen, and they have the better hitting as well. So I think they have every edge in this game. They're at home as well. I mean, of course, that's why they're a huge favorite here. But we're going to lay the run line on this one, and that'll be the way that I finish off the day today. And one more time, we'll go through it real quick one more time. The under 1 in the first game that was up around noon or 12:40 Eastern. We got an easy 1-0 under there in Texas and Cincinnati, even though it was at Great American Ballpark. Nice, easy under. Kansas City and Milwaukee should have been easy, as that game was 1-1 at the end of 9 innings. And, of course, it goes into extra innings where unders go to die. And in extra innings, MLB refuses to get rid of the runner on second rule, man. I know the runner on second rule helped me get that Dodgers run line cover on the -1.5 in that other game last week or whatever it was. But the runner on second rule has to go away, dude. Because there's no possible way. I tweeted this out that you should have a 1-1 game at the end of the 9th inning and have that have any chance to go over a total of 7.5. Like, you handicap the game completely right. You get a runner on second, all hell breaks loose. It's like the team doesn't even have to work for the run. So in this game, actually, both teams scored that initial runner. So then it was 2-2, and we had to go to an 11th inning. And then I believe in the 11th inning, I believe Kansas, I forget, maybe neither team scored, but I know that Milwaukee did have the bases loaded with 1 out and didn't score. After that, I think they had second and third with no outs, and they wound up not scoring again. So it went into another inning, and then luckily Kansas City, I think, didn't score in the final inning, so they didn't get the runner on second home. And then Milwaukee did score to win the game 3-2, I believe. So that game still went under, luckily, although it shouldn't have taken any luck because that was the correct handicap there. Charles, what's up, man? Hopefully Elder gets lit up. I mean, I'm an Elder now, as it is my birthday today, but Bryce Elder is a lot younger than I am, but he's been pitching like an Elder, at least as far as what he did last year. A lighter weight ball. Is that like just for Yankee games or what? Because I've been playing a lot of unders, man. And the unders have done well today. I got those two, and then I'm 3-1 today because I also got the under in Cleveland, San Diego. Ben Lively, is that his name for Cleveland? Didn't do well. He kind of got rocked a little bit, but San Diego, Dylan Cease had a really nice performance in that game, I'm pretty sure. So that game did wind up going under. I think it did land 7, but it went under, so we'll take that one. And then I lost on the San Francisco and Houston under, unfortunately, only by 1 run. That landed on a 9, and it was because Framber Valdez got rocked early in the game, man. I don't know what to tell you about that. Roop did his thing in the game, and he did well, but Framber Valdez blew that for us. So I am 3-1 today, which is decent for my birthday, but let's get it done, man. I also have the Seattle Kraken plus 130 and the Miami Heat plus 11 and Dallas Mavs minus 4.5. So I do have a lot of plays left. So this thing could go completely wrong. Hopefully it doesn't. I was correct about the under, by the way, in the Scooble Castillo game here in Seattle, although I didn't really want to do it. But unfortunately, it's some of those games you just got to let them pass. But I was right on that one. Skeens and Pepio, I believe, went under as well. Not really surprising there. And then I told you that I like the over in this Oakland game, which is Sacramento, the homeless A's. I thought that game would go over, and it did, although it was mostly damage done by the Cubs. But kind of wish I played the over in that one, so I was right about that one too. But what can you do? Oh, we're already fucked, by the way, because Carlos Rodon already gave up 2 runs in the top of the first, so isn't that just great? So we're already going to lose this under. I should have gone full game under to try to just spread it out a little bit and let the dust settle. We're fucked in that game. That is not going under 4.5. That's the thing about the first 5 inning unders. If you have one bad inning, you're fucking done. I fucking hate it. So now I'm going to be 3-2. And then let's look at the market real quick on the other plays that I have. Seattle does look like they're an anti-public play, at least, with Vancouver being 77% of tickets and only 64% of the cash. So I'll take that. And then we got NBA. Let me see. It looked like Dallas Mavs are an anti-public favorite early on, and that looks like they're not. You can actually lay 3.5 on that one now if you want to do that. It looks like some money came in on the Hawks. I really don't like it, and the Hawks are terrible defensively, so I still like the spot there for Dallas. And then the Celtics number did go down a little bit, even though it looks like they still have more of the cash. I just think it's a bad spot for the Celtics, and I think I know my boss's Celtics decently enough, even though I had some of those road games wrong with them, but they actually do better on the road than they do at home. So that's going to do it, man. I'm going to go get some food. Yeah, I am the Undertaker in baseball for sure. I don't know. I'll have to look that up. But the Yankees have the stupid torpedo bats. But hopefully that game can still go under, man, because I want to turn this thing around, man. March was so bad for me, and I'm winning today. I should have won yesterday. It feels like I'm starting to see things a little bit better again, but I don't know, man. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, love you guys as well. No homo or yes homo, whatever you guys want. Nate, 12-foot ninja, Charles, thanks for hanging out, guys. Join us for Tower Gang tonight. Tower Gang Toad on Twitter and patreon.com/Tower Gang. You'll get the bonus content tonight as we do the extended version of the episode for you and a live pre-show, which is really not a whole lot except us trying to figure out what we're going to do tonight. I don't know what we're going to talk about tonight, so we never really know. But hopefully it's another good one. That'll be in a couple hours, 9-11 p.m. Eastern. I will see everybody then. Peace out, everybody.